Jeannie, this video is my message to you. We've known each other now for over 50 years, but I'll never forget the first time I met you. My friend Lauren and I were just 15 years old, and we had hitchhiked from Toronto to Montreal to visit my sister Barbara and her boyfriend Bill, soon to be her husband. Barb and Bill met you and Chris through a mutual friend, Tracy. That evening, we ended up at Chris's parents' home in Westmount. You and Chris were with Krista, who was just a baby at the time. In fact, she was only a few weeks old. You, Chris, Barb, and Bill decided to go out for the evening. I had just met you, and I thought surely you would be taking the baby with you. I was wrong. You enthusiastically told Lauren and I that we were going to be babysitters. Both of us were the youngest in our family, which means we knew absolutely nothing about babies. Still, you entrusted us with baby Krista. You gave us a bottle of milk, a cloth diaper, a few instructions, and a lot of reassurance, and then you left. Krista was so cute and slept most of the time, but once awake she began to cry, and Lauren and I became somewhat terrified. We got out the milk, and that worked for a little while, but soon she started to cry once more. So Lauren warned me that diapers are like guns. One should always assume they're loaded. So we were still trying to figure out the best way to change the baby when you arrived home to find Krista calm and peaceful, and Lauren and I in need of a diaper change. Kidding aside, that evening was really good. We chatted late into the night. I mentioned that I liked dogs. You talked about Elgin, the farm, the lake, horses. It was a great evening. I didn't have a car in those days. I did get a small motorcycle, but I never got to Elgin. Sometime later, I got a job at McGill and moved to Montreal. I lived in a shabby apartment near Notre Dame and Guy, and one day I got an unexpected knock at the door. It was Chris with a box that had a small puppy about the size of an old-fashioned telephone. The best surprise ever. I named the puppy Lurky because she would lurk around in the evening before falling asleep beside the cat. It was Lurky that cemented my relationship with you, Jeannie, and your family, and spurred me to make regular visits to the farm. I would show up with my camera around my neck, greeting the horses and playing with the dogs, and I would get great shots of the kids and the animals. At first it was Nenny, Mike, and baby Krista with Dollar Dog and Hashish. Then Helena, Mary, Goody, and the twins. Each year as the family grew, I took more and more photos. In fact, I had a t-shirt that said, "Beware, I may snap at any time." However, getting a photo of you, Jean, was a challenge. I took hundreds of photos, but you were only in a few. The ones I am showing today as I speak. I loved those visits where I would spend time with you. You were always busy, but listening to whatever I had to say, providing comfort and encouragement. You were never afraid to offer up sage advice, and you had something to say about pretty well anything and everything. My children received a terrific education, all because of you. Back in the 70s, you told me all about the wonderful Maria Montessori and the ideas on learning and teaching tools for young children. Years later, Kathy and I made sure all our kids attended a certified Montessori school. It was a parent-run school, and at one point I was chairman of the school board. In the photo, you can see my 3 children, Pearl, Mark, and Naomi, as students. And in the photo taken here a few months ago, you can see my whole family as they are now, grown up. They're all married, and Kathy and I have 4 beautiful grandchildren. One was born just 2 weeks ago. Jeannie, you're one of the nicest people I know. You're thoughtful and considerate, ever optimistic, open-minded and accepting, but very opinionated, spiritually dedicated, and devoted to your family and friends. Your ability to recognize the best part of each person in your life is truly a gift from God. You have been and are a role model to so many people besides your children, showing them how to treat others with kindness and respect. Enjoy your special day. And here's a big hug from me. That's my message. Love you, Jeannie.